Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Friday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. Taking a look at the key points here for the forecast period, we are expecting a series of storms to impact the region today and continuing through early next week. Big question is, will we see a atmospheric river by the end of next week? I don't know. We'll see here in a minute. But we do know that we'll probably see below normal temperatures continuing through the week. Looking at satellite imagery this morning, we have a low-pressure system here up along the Canadian border sweeping east. That's bringing some fairly brisk winds to southern Idaho, along with waves of showers working through the region. Looking at our weather risk outlook, we do have some moderate risk of snow and breezy conditions here across the eastern highlands today, and you can see a broader coverage of those similar conditions going into the weekend. Looking at the storm track for today, we do see a low-pressure trough here along the Canadian border moving east, bringing us some breezy conditions here to southern Idaho. We'll look at those charts here in a second. But I do want to draw your attention to the next storm system upstream here, working through the Gulf of Alaska. That'll move into the northwest coastal waters here and take shape over the next couple days. High temperatures today as that storm system passes to our north, fairly cool with readings generally in the low to mid 20s here in the Snake River Plain, and maybe approaching the freezing mark down here in the Burley area. Looking at much cooler temperatures here across the Central Mountains and Eastern Highlands. As I mentioned, with that storm system passing to the north, we'll see fairly blustery wind gusts this afternoon. Here we are looking at gusts generally in the 30 to 35, maybe even approaching 40 miles an hour here across the eastern Magic Valley and nosing up towards Pocatello. We are expecting some ongoing snowfall today. As I mentioned, we do have some showers impinging on the region this morning already, and that'll continue through the day. Here we are looking at snowfall amounts through at least midnight tonight, with advisory level conditions up here in the Island Park and the Big Holes. Maybe some higher elevations here coming down into the Caribous may see advisory level snowfall as well. A combination of wind and snow has prompted us to issue a winter weather advisory for the eastern highlands here, extending from Island Park all the way down to the northern Wasatch Range here on the Idaho side of the border. We'll also be issuing some special weather statements here across the south where there's already some snow in place, but we'll be seeing some breezy conditions. All right, advancing to Saturday, we have that low-pressure system setting up off the coast now, and several spokes of energy here rotating around the low that will eject out of it and in across to southeast Idaho. The first one here will come Saturday afternoon, then late Saturday night into early Sunday morning, and then early Monday. We'll take a look at those totals here. The 24-hour snowfall amount ending Saturday puts us below advisory criteria across the greater portion of Idaho, but we may see something close to that down here in the northern Wasatch. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. And as we look at the 24-hour snowfall amount ending Sunday afternoon, we do see broader coverage of stronger amounts, generally in the 3 to 5 inch range here across southeast Idaho, maybe enough to warrant some advisories as well. And then as we work into Monday, the last in the series of systems will be pushing through the region, and this low will have weakened considerably. We do have some energy dropping in off the southwest Alaska coast that will drop into the western periphery of this low and reinvigorate it for Tuesday. And as a result, with that last little wave going through on Monday, we do expect to see some light accumulations of snow, mainly in the central mountains and northeast highlands. Here we are looking at that reinvigorated low on Tuesday. That low's far enough off the coast. We should be fairly dry here across southern Idaho, maybe some isolated showers in the region. Otherwise, we'll be waiting for this low to move on shore, at least in Oregon on Wednesday, and then across our area on Thursday, where we stand a chance of seeing some fairly decent showers during the afternoon hours with some unstable conditions. Dare I say, maybe even a clap of thunder or two. Here's the snowfall amounts for Thursday. It's quite a ways out here, so I wouldn't take this to the bank, but looks like anywhere from 2 to 4 inch amounts here across the southeast highlands. I wouldn't rule out seeing some accumulations here in the central mountains as well. All right, the big question, will we see an atmospheric river to end the week? Well, if you like a couple of our models, at least one of them here has a good shot of moisture punching in through northern and central California, aimed right at southern Idaho. So stand a good chance on that one. And one of our other favorite models that we like to look at drives the atmospheric river north into the Seattle area and southwest Canada. So it would be a miss for us on that one. All right, in summary, we have a series of storms that will be working through the region today and early next week. We did ask the question if an atmospheric river would impact us by the end of next week, and the answer is probably, but where is the real question. And then we'll be looking at below normal temperatures to continue through the weekend and early next week. That's all I had for you this morning. If you had any comments or questions, please reach out to us through one of these avenues here on the screen. Thank you.